creator's block, whatever you call it. Well, I was doing a couple of projects today, trying to finish up out in the garage, and wouldn't you know it, it rained. And I was down here in the lab trying to figure out what I was going to do. When it started to rain, I had to run outside to get a couple of things done, and I heard this squeaking in the background, and it reminded me of this argument that I've been listening to constantly between my wife and my dog, because he wants to chase the chipmunks and she doesn't want him to have fun. I also noticed that I hadn't done a project from beginning to end with you, and so all of that inspired me to come back down here to the lab, and I'm going to draw out a couple of different designs. I think I'm going to build one today real quick, throw it outside, see if we can get a couple of these chipmunks out of the yard. We have an infestation. See, so it started so far. My plan is, this isn't my norm. I don't usually draw out a plan. I normally just grab a bunch of stuff and start throwing it together. But if I was to try to put ideas onto paper so that someone who has to see it on paper, this is kind of what it would look like. This represents a bucket, 5-gallon bucket, 5-gallon bucket. I've got one out in the garage. I'm gonna cut a lid for this thing, and on top of the lid I'm gonna open a flap. That flap is going to be kind of vase shaped, because what I want it to do, got a little out of proportion here. There you go, got some shadowing. Nice, very nice, perfect. So I want to hinge this thing. I'm going to put a weight on this end of it. This would be, let's draw this here. So, oh man, I cannot draw abstract at all. Please forgive me. This hole, I'm hoping to have some sort of weight attached with pegs, so that when these visitors of mine come and snack on whatever we have waiting, this part will drop down into the bucket, bringing rodents, pests. They're cute, but man, they're annoying. Dog hates them. So let's go find some materials, and then we'll bring you back, and hopefully we'll figure out how this gimbal works. So I got down here to the shed. I might have a couple pieces here. I was gonna change my mind because I found this old piece of 1x. Sorry about the lighting. Let's see if I can do better. Might be a little better. Anyway, I got this piece of 1x. I might use it for some bracing, but this piece of plywood is going to come in really handy. That, maybe 2x6. Let's head back to the garage. We'll mark them up, cut them up, see what happens next. I don't have a cameraman yet, so we're going to do the best we can here. Let's see what we're going to do, huh? Oh, yeah, I definitely want to start somewhere. There, let's find a pencil. Okay, so we cut that out. I'm gonna take the sander, clean up the edges there, both sides. Not too much, this doesn't need to be pretty. And then I'm gonna do something with the outside here, but we gotta get to the hinge mechanism. Figure that out before we get any further, because if it don't hinge, there's no reason for this to even happen. Well, let's see what happens next. I know. Those little guys are gonna sit here and reach over, and they have to actually step onto it. So I'm gonna cut a hole. I'm gonna put whatever I'm baiting them with down inside that hole. This might work out. Sorry guys, I hurt my back. Have a workbench everywhere I've ever been. I've had a workbench until now, and now I've been working on tables, and all of my tables are full of projects that I have done. I have a couple of ideas. I need to put a stop on this. I have some small brackets that I can put in with a little bolt to make a hinge on either side, and then a stop for coming up. I would just have to figure out weighting and where the perfect spot's gonna be for the bait dish. For that, I know you guys can't see into the, we've got these little wire, they're wire holders for, actually came out of old cruise control kits, but we're going to use them today for hinges. Now I'm looking for the right size shaft. My plywood is very thin. Whatever I put on, I'm going to put some speed clips on, and then we'll dress it up later if we need to. I also have, this is an old mounting bolt from CD changer. I think I might be able to cut that into pieces and use it for a shaft for the hinges. I need one more.